politician and Ovation publisher Chief Dele Momodu has provided insight into the issue between his niece Sophia and star artist Davido over the custody of their daughter Imade. He gave indication that Davido has not been forthcoming in some critical area of responsibility over Imade, but his father Deji Adeleke, as well as his uncle Governor Adeleke of Osun State, have been there for the girl. In a certain X post, Momodu said it was Davido's father that settled Imade's backlog of fees. He wrote X, "My candid opinion on Davido Adeleke vs Sophia Momodu. Last night I received a distressing message from Ms. David Adeleke, aka Davido. He was obviously advocated by the counter affidavit submitted in court early in the day. In response to his affidavit seeking a joint custody of his daughter with my niece Sophia Momodu, I had seen David's affidavit about 2 weeks ago, and I was very surprised as David and I had spoken on a video call days early with him and Pastor Toby, and he never told me he had any custody issue with my niece. So you can imagine my confusion to find out via social media and subsequently confirmed by my niece that he had filed an action in court seeking joint custody of their daughter. During the referenced video call, we were all very excited about his forthcoming wedding ceremony, an event our family congratulated him about. Prior to this, Davido had told me he eventually spoke to their daughter after a long crew of about 2 years. He was very happy and excited, so I thought everything was settled and he and Sophia would now have the opportunity of taking maximum care of their daughter. I had offered special thanks to David's dad, Dr. Adeleke, for his kindness and support for our daughter during the period of David's absence. I had also taken Sophia and their daughter to my very dear friend, Governor Adeleke, seeking his intervention. To the best of my knowledge, there was never a problem of joint custody. The issue were non-payment of school fees for several sections, no payment of accommodation and salary of a nanny. There was no car dedicated to David's daughter, and so on. Mercifully, I mentioned all to Dr. Adeleke, and he responded positively like a true grandfather. On the issue of no payment of school fees, David's dad cleared everything and also set up payment of future bills. He gave his granddaughter a car to take her to school. The remaining issue was on accommodation. David's dad verbal offered in his discussions with me one of their family apartments in Oniru Estate, Victoria Island. However, maybe due to miscommunication, David's lawyer had communicated otherwise. After Sophia clarified for me, she politely declined the offer, and her reason was reasonable in my view, because since she is not married to Davido, she can't be comfortable living in a place swarming with David's family members. She and her daughter had been living in Ikoyi before David and Sophia started their latest quarrels. Sophia requested was that David should pay half of the accommodation while she would pay the other half. David said he would only contribute 5 million naira annually. My opinion is that the absence of camaraderie between David and Sophia has caused this debacle. I have cautioned repeatedly that their daughter must not be allowed to suffer or be treated like a second-class child. David Grover started to make this imperative. Sophia allowed David access to their daughter, provided she has her nanny around 24/7. The 9-year-old herself made this request, and I believe this could be favorable, considered and accepted. My grandniece has been released to go out with her cousin on several occasions. The governor's daughter, Nikki, was at Sophia's house with the governor's grandson last Christmas Day, despite the fact that there was not ample notice and she still granted access. 2 months ago, the governor's son, Sina Rambo, requested a play date between the kid and Sophia rented out a children's place in Victoria Island for them to spend hours together. The only time she couldn't join her father's family was when her grandfather requested to go on vacation with her for 3 weeks last year, as the notice was too short and Sophia had already paid for their own trip due to lack of communication between the parents. Guys, this is the end of this video. See you guys in my next video. Bye bye.